Now, I'm not being hyperbolic when I say that today, this game, LSU versus South Carolina, will be the biggest matchup of women's college basketball this year prior to the tournament. So if you're not locked in to watch number 2 South Carolina take on number 5 LSU, then one, I don't know what you're doing over here, and two, you're going to miss out on the matchup of the year. Let's get into it. This game is going to have folks locked in for a multitude of reasons, but more so because the number 5 LSU Tigers are undefeated. And if you're not watching women's basketball, you may think that that means that a lot of people think that they're going to win, but that's not the case. Of course, LSU has their fans, and there's a lot of people who do have LSU to win. But LSU has been known for not playing very stiff competition. That's the Kim Mulkey way. I don't agree with it, but, this is the way she chooses to run her program. And LSU has had a lot of close games with teams that don't seem to be at their caliber. And the same can't be said for South Carolina. For number 2 ranked South Carolina, it's been the exact opposite. Despite losing Ashlyn Watkins, which was a big contributor and piece of their team, in January alone, they have had the toughest schedule in the NCAA, which I do really respect that Dawn does because I think it really prepares them for the tournament. Dominant wins over Mississippi State, Texas. They made Texas look like a D2 team. They've beaten Alabama, that's ranked, A&M, and then ranked Oklahoma. So we see going into this LSU game, South Carolina has beaten ranked teams handily, and that's why a lot of people think that LSU may have a lot of difficulty. As talent goes, I really do think that LSU and South Carolina can go band for band. Gilbert for LSU has stepped up big time, and arguably sometimes I think she's playing like the best person on the floor depending on the game. Morrow is leading the country in rebounds, and she's just been a consistent force for LSU. And I love to see how she's going to match up against South Carolina that also doesn't have extreme dominant bigs since the loss of Camila Cardozo to the WNBA. Of course, I think everyone is looking forward to see how good Flau'jae looks in this game, especially since people were saying that she may be interested in declaring for the WNBA, and I think she's been playing down to her competition all year. So I want to see how she looks in one of the biggest moments and biggest games in her college career. I want to see how Flau'jae ends up. As far as South Carolina, I expect Tahina Powell to really go out there and look like the leader. I think Tahina is WNBA ready, and I think in a big game like this, she's going to step up. I expect to see a big game from Fuwiley, or at least a solid game from Malaysia Fuwiley. I know that Dawn has been really working on structure, and I think I've seen a lot of improvement over the course of the season, and I think today's game is an opportunity to put that all together. Let's see how Raven Johnson looks today. Difference makers are going to be how the bigs continue to look, because despite Ashlyn Watkins going down, the bigs for South Carolina have stepped up. Kids, everybody completely stepped up. Fagan, and I think that today's game will be no different. Tip-off is today, 4 p.m. Central. You can watch it on ESPN. Drop down below. Let me know who you got. Always remember, keep it cute, because these are kids. I don't care if you have LSU or South Carolina. I have South Carolina. I think they're going to beat LSU by 10 or 15. That's just how I feel. But you guys make sure you drop down below. Let me know who you got and why. Let me know why. Let me know.